The community of Hempstead should pay special attention to this Occupy Hempstead movement that these concerned citizens and parents have been assembling. It's ironic that you have a handful of people out here weekly protesting the conditions and the educational standards in the Hempstead School District. If many people got on the New York State Education Department website and looked at the scores of the children in the Hempstead School District versus the salaries of the administrators, teachers, teaching assistants, and the persons responsible for educating our children, there will be many people out here whether they had children or not. The Hempstead School Board and the administration of the school district continues to waste the taxpayers' money by not putting in adequate representatives in the forms of staff and programs to make sure that our children get what they need. I haven't been around much. I've been paying close attention to this movement via internet, and I decided to stop out today and offer my support as a long-term resident of the Village of Hempstead and the school district. It's ironic that I was a long-term resident, I was a student advocate, a former member of the Hempstead School Board, and I have 20 years of advocating and fighting these issues in the schools, and here we are 20 years later and nothing has gotten better. I commend these parents for saying, if it's only 5 of us, we still will stand, we still will fight, and we're not just here for our children, we're here for all children. I think that also somebody needs to have a real serious conversation about the safety and the security of the children in the school district and the fact that we're sending more children to prison than college. Ironically, this school district does not lack economic resources. This school district has money to provide our children with the same education as its neighboring school districts. Our children aren't getting half of what these people are getting. We have an operating budget in this school district that's actually larger than some of our neighboring school districts. Our staff and our superintendent make more money than these people. I wonder, when the board voted to extend the superintendent's contract for an additional 3 years, did they ever take the time to think, was she the most qualified person for the job, being that she had spent 3 years here prior to this renewal of her contract, and she had done very little to improve school student achievement. Personality-wise, we all might not like the way that she behaved. We all might not like the actions of the board. But if they would have looked at the statistical data, how do they justify their action in giving this person an extension of her contract? I will say, in all fairness, nobody can fix a situation that has 30 years of destruction overnight. But has she come to the community in the form of a forum and given them a plan that she has to make this better for the next 3 years that they just gave her at more than $150,000 a year? Has she engaged these parents that come out here every week? Why hasn't there been somebody in a position to affect some change out here saying, why don't you come inside and talk with us? Why don't we become partners in addressing this issue? These people are not making up these numbers. These are the numbers that the school district reports to the state education department. These parents didn't walk into these schools and get this data on their own. The school district is fully aware that they failed the children. The school district is fully aware of the number of children that end up in prison every year from the Hempstead School District or at Nassau Juvenile Detention Center or with PENS violations because they aren't attending school regularly. And this school district has yet to address these things. This information was not given to these parents on their own. These people researched it based upon data that the school district provided in the form of public information. So why hasn't Dr. Garcia, who says that she's here for the best interest of this community and our children, why hasn't she, even if it's 5, even if it's 1, why hasn't she come out here and say, listen, let's sit down in my office at 12 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon and let me hear your concerns? Why has that not happened? That is the real question that needs to be asked. Is she truly concerned? If you're truly concerned and you have citizens, you're a public official, and that's what the superintendent of school is. If you are here to serve the public and you got citizens protesting in front of your office in freezing weather, do you not have enough wherewithal and compassion to say, come inside and let's discuss this together? Bring these people to the table, because the only way this is going to fix is we collectively come together. The incumbents on the school board who are seeking re-election need to be placed on serious notice. They have failed. They have failed their responsibility. Charles Renfro and Gladys Rivera, whom I personally like a great deal, have lived in this community for years. The question for them is this okay? Is this okay? Who comes into a community that has a long-standing history as Hempstead and even recommends changing the name of the public high school? How disrespectful was that to the alumnus and the many people, because we have produced greatness from here. We have success stories. And they don't spin all the way back for 20 years. There's great children from ECC all the way up to Hempstead High School in this community, in this school district currently. But they don't care. Because if she cared, and if she was accountable to the people, she would have engaged these citizens, and maybe we would all be at the table and we would be coming up with realistic solutions, because they've written many plans in Hempstead. When I was on the school board, we wrote many plans. The problem is the implementation of them has never been accurate. We don't have any tools in place to ensure that these plans are actually working. We don't even have any tools in place to evaluate them. We don't have proper evaluations. You know, I remember when I was on the school board, they bought this literacy program. And I said, what tools and strategies are you planning to use to ensure that the children are learning this, that the teachers are teaching this, and that the administrators are administrating this? Now, I'm sure they'll tell you that people went on conferences. I'm sure they'll tell you that there was significant training done. But the bottom line is, where's the results? The results say that we have one of the highest dropout rates in the state of New York. We are a school district in need of improvement. That's what their data says. This is not me making it up. That's what their information states. So if their information is stating that they failed, how do they justify giving this lady an extension in her contract? And I didn't expect her to fix it overnight. But I would have thought that she would have engaged the community. I would have thought that she would have done something other than alienate and divide. You know, you're new here. She had the unique opportunity to bring something together after 15 years of a failing superintendent. And it seems as if she came here, and this is just my opinion, she created her own system of people that she feels has the answers to our problems. Well, 4 years in, it hasn't worked. 4 years in, it hasn't worked. The people that you thought could help us hasn't helped us, because we have serious problems, and these citizens are demanding the serious answers. Thank you.